shall proceed with the next paper. Next paper is from our own, from Unimap. The title is Research Trends in Tabletop Role Playing Games, TTRPGs. What is that? You can ask him afterwards. That's the short form, actually. As teaching tools in an English language class. All right. So that is what the topic is. Even the topic is interesting enough. That is here. What can Mr. Khairul Hisham share with us with this topic?
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our presentation for the Symposium of International Languages and Knowledge. Is entitled Research Trends in Tabletop Role-Playing Games as Teaching Tools in an English Language Class. My name is Khairul Hisham Bijamudin, and I will also be presenting on behalf of my teammates, Dr. Inas Suriani Ibrahim and Dr. Noreha Basir. This study will discuss the use and describe research publication trends of tabletop role-playing games as teaching tools in an English language class. This paper will provide an overview of TTRPGs, as in what they are, how they are played, and their educational benefits. This paper will also describe the research publication trends in TTRPGs as indexed in Scopus. This will allow us to see the potential of future research with tabletop role-playing games in the field of education, specifically language education. So what is a tabletop role-playing game? According to dictionary.com, it is a noun, a game in which participants adopt the roles of imaginary characters in an adventure under the direction of a game master. What does it all mean? Let's see what a tabletop role-playing game is not. First of all, it's not any type of a computer game. Players do not need any digital devices to play it. You can play it on the table or on the floor. All you have to do is speak, narrate, and roll some dice to see whether your actions succeed or fail. It is not a board game, so you do not need to have a board with pieces on the board. The theater of the mind is the basic method of playing. And finally, it is also not a card game, although some tabletop role-playing games do use cards as part of their rules, but it's not an universal requirement. So what is a tabletop role-playing game?
Okay, so
Roll it again.
11,
You could roll twice.
and then
Okay, so that's 8. So it's 10 damage plus your you turn around for a second, glance, and there's a burst of kind of purplish energy from your eyes as you pull on your mystic background. As you pull your arm back, you can see a bit of arcane flame gather in your palm, and you release it outward. It goes streaking through the night air, lighting up the forces it surrounds, slamming into the wraith-like entity, and you hear it finally scream out in the air as it is dispersed and destroyed from the blast of mystic energy.
That is how Vin Diesel plays tabletop role-playing games. In this case, Dungeons & Dragons, one of the titles available in the market. But let's get back to how it will benefit research and education. Why do players play tabletop role-playing games? This also answers the question as to why students will want to play TTRPGs, allowing them to improve their language skills in class. Among the reasons why players are compelled to play is because they create the characters and they want to be a character playing in the fictional world that they and their friends are playing in. Number one. Number two, to explore the world as presented by the game master. After they've created the world, they explore the world and it becomes a story to them. And the story which will continue from one session to another to collaboratively tell a story in this world, to experience exciting scenes and solve mysteries, and to have fun and interact with friends as they play. When you are of like mind, you all know the story behind your characters and the world, and you would like to see how things go, how things progress, how far you can get, the personal story of your character. What do you need to play? The rule book, some dice, pencil, paper, and eraser, and your imagination. This is the most important thing because theater of the mind. The better you can imagine, the better you are able to express yourself as the character. The rule book. So all the rules you need to play a game is contained in its rule book. It's called a core rule book, and there are dozens of types of rule books that cater to generic or specific settings in the market. Different games have different rules, depending on the genre. And we come back to why tabletop role-playing games are good in education and language learning. TTRPGs have a number of educational benefits. Among them are the improvement of social skills and soft skills because the players will need to speak, describe, narrate, and bargain with each other before they declare their action and roll the dice to see whether the action succeed or fail. This will also bolster and improve their speaking skills. They will look at the rule book and see what words, what nouns and verbs are available for them to use to tell the game master that this is the action that they're going to do. Then I know what do I smell, what do I see. Speaking and creativity skills will also improve because you will need to solve puzzles and mysteries that are presented to you by the GM. This is not a competitive game. This is a collaborative game where everybody has their own skills so that they can help other players to succeed as a group. And finally, playing tabletop role-playing games, and if the player is really invested in the character that they've created and in the world that they've played, this will get students to do more research and read more to be able to play better in that setting. For example, if you're playing characters who are living in British colonial Malaya, then you will need to know what sort of people would be in the area, or what sort of clothes will they be wearing, what sort of currency will they be using, because you will need to buy things, what sort of vehicles will be around, what year it is. So all of these skills together, the improvement of social skills, speaking skills, thinking and creativity skills, research and reading skills, it will generally improve students that we have. This is an example of an after-play classroom activity that I've done in class. After I've played with the students, where they have an adventure during the Fukushima incident in Japan, they had to write a descriptive essay from the point of view of their own characters. And the descriptive essay homework question was divided into sections to teach them about essay structure. Additionally, the following week, their own texts were displayed on the screen, and I point out the mistakes in grammar, vocabulary, and spelling so that they will be able to write better next time. Why now? There is a lack of research of the effects of playing tabletop role-playing games worldwide in the past decades. There is research potential in this activity in many fields, including language learning. Popularity and visibility of tabletop role-playing games are increasing. Wizards of the Coast, the publisher of Dungeons & Dragons, the most popular title in tabletop role-playing games, report an increase of 33% growth and a 50 million player base in 2020. Tabletop role-playing games in movies and TV shows like Stranger Things, Community, they are increasing the visibility of the games, and also sudden increase in popularity of streaming shows on Twitch or YouTube, such as Critical Role, which garners hundreds of thousands of viewers every time they play. So because of this, I believe that this is why we need to go into this research. But before that, let's see what sort of trends there are in research of TTRPGs as indexed by Scopus. Our methods and findings: bibliometric analysis on Scopus publications from 2012 to 2021. Keyword of tabletop role-playing game is youth, and it returned 17 publications. Most publications are from the US, Australia, and UK, the Western world, and the rest are European countries, with the exception of one paper from Brazil, suggesting a potential for studies in Asia region. More than half the publications are conference papers, and 41.2% are articles. Only 5.9% of the publications are books. The documents are mostly in subject areas of computer sciences at 41.7%, social sciences 25%, art and humanities at 10%, psychology at 8.3%, and mathematics at 4.2%. Findings also show that the publication numbers have been growing over the years, indicating the growing interest on the topic. Half of the publications are funded by sponsors such as DARPA, Engineering and Physical Science Research Council, Royal Academy of Engineering, UK Research and Innovation, and the University of Kentucky. The documents that cited, the 17 publications, are also studied, and 12 documents are found. The citing documents are of various types, such as articles at 33.3%, books and conference papers, both at 25%, and reviews at 8.3%. Subject areas of the citing documents are social science at 47%, computer science for 29.4% and arts and humanities at 23.5%. The findings indicate that the publications on TTRPGs are not only being referred and cited, but also being used in a lot of various fields. Our conclusion. Findings also show that the publication numbers have been growing over the years, indicating growing interest in TTRPG as a topic of research. Not only are the numbers growing, but the publications on TTRPG are also being studied in various subject areas and published in many types of academic writing, ranging from conference papers, articles, to books. Most publications are from the US, Australia, and UK, and the rest are European countries, suggesting potential for studies in the Asian region. The publications in this area are also sponsored, suggesting the marketability of the topic. The findings on the documents that cited the publications indicate that the publications of TTRPGs are not only being referred and cited, but also being used in various fields. Thank you very much, and that is the end of our presentation for SiLK 2021. If you have any questions, we will open it to the floor during the Q&A session after this video presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Hisham. With games, okay, all right. When you include games and academic, so I'm not sure whether game become academic or academic becomes a game. Which one is it, Mr. Hisham?
Academics is always a game. They've always
Alright.
gamified academics from the top level.
Yeah, and that's the fun came from, right? Okay, so any questions from Mr. Hisham? Oh, by the way, I noticed that Mr. Hisham is wearing his favorite Unimap shirt. Same with his presentation as well, right?
I haven't
Okay.
taken it off since last night.
Oh,
Just kidding, just kidding.
my imagination is running wild. Okay, any question for Mr. Hisham? Mr. Hisham, no? Any question?
We have a question in text. Does class size affect the benefits of tabletop role-playing game? It does. There is a factor involved based from what I've done in my class. Usually, the nominal size where a game master or a teacher can handle a class is maybe between 3 to 10. So if you have a class of 30 and above, it'll be a bit difficult to concentrate on single students. So what I did was I grouped the students into a single character. So one character is controlled by 3 or 4 students, and every week maybe one student will speak, another student will take records, and the next week they will change roles. And sometimes during the game, and especially if we do the game in contemporary times, in the year 2021, for example, I allow them to use their phones to refer to things that they can research as they play. So you might have another player who is not an active player who is speaking. He can do the research for the speaker for that character.
All right. Any other question?
Welcome.
Maybe one next question. When can you bring your board games over to Thailand, Mr. Hisham?
Oh, you know what? I brought it for SiLK 2017. I actually ran a game in 2017 in Thailand.
I see. Alright.
So
maybe next year you can bring it again, right?
Yes, I can as long as I have the opportunity to go. I will do it.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Hisham.
Thank you very much.
So, all right, we are down to our last paper. Our last paper is not pre-recorded, as Miss Angela is very excited and very ready to present her own paper, which entitled "Riding the Korean Wave." But this is not a game, okay? Riding the Korean Wave, students' perceptions and its impact on their mastery of Korean as a third language. Okay? Right. So, Miss Angela, are you ready?
Yeah. Sorry, I just record this video in this morning very briefly, so I
Okay.
haven't
So you are going to
uploaded.
play it on your own, is it?
Yeah. Hopefully, it can be played smoothly. I
Go ahead.
okay.
Let us try and have a look.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angela. I'm course coordinator of Korean course. Today, I would like to present to you writing the Korean with students' perceptions and its impact on their mastery of Korean as a third language at the Symposium of International Languages and Knowledge on November 11, 2021, hosted by Center for Liberal Sciences, Faculty of Applied and Human Sciences, University Malaysia Police. Hallyu literally denotes Korean Viv and was first used by Chinese media in the late 1990s. These days, K-pop means overall Korean pop culture, including music, movies, dramas, and fashion. The first wave of Hallyu started in Japan decades ago with Korean TV drama Winter Sonata. The second wave of Hallyu reached beyond Asia with singers like Win, Boa, and Wonder Girls advancing into the United States. Third wave of Hallyu has broadened the sphere. It has become a global phenomenon. Music videos of idol stars like Girls' Generation, 2NE1, Big Bang, Super Junior, and 2PM are popular around the world, and the most recent phenomenon has been caused by PSY's Gangnam Style. Right? When the video went visual on YouTube, reaching over 500 millions in a short time. Then even K-pop artists are now adapting their songs and videos directed towards the Western markets and to their foreign fans. Their lyrics now include more English words and phrases, and their videos now often depict the Western culture. Some of their music videos are now even being shown in foreign locations such as USA. Hallyu Wave, enabled by globalization and through the power of the internet, is making access to Korean entertainment media easy for overseas fans. So the language barrier is not really a barrier at all. K-dramas are subtitled very well, and the melodies of the songs are universal. So thus, through search of interested in Korean television dramas and popular music, and nowadays all things Korean, from food, movies, and dances to fashion and language, are quite rich. So here, Korean has become one of the top chosen foreign or certain language among Malaysian university students. Previous studies in Malaysia have always focused on the impact or acceptance of Korean popular culture. This study examines UNIMAP undergraduate students' perceptions of Korean Viv and how these perceptions impact their mastery of Korean as a third language. Findings reveal that the majority of the respondents wanted to learn and master the Korean language become of their interested in the or Hanliu. The respondents also react positively to the inclusion of K-pop and Korean drama as a part of their teaching and the learning content of the Korean language to increase their facilitation and mastery of the language. See a very short, the very short questionnaire just from a few weeks ago from my new batch students for this semester. I have asked about 118 students for their motivation to choose this language. And as the data shows here, the majority are willing to learn Korean because of Korean drama. They would like to watch the Korean drama without any translations below. And very surprising is the way we open this course is actually to helping the student to have to be helpful for students to find a job. But we can see from the result here, we actually learning a language to help my find a better job as a motivation to choose a foreign language actually is only very few students for them. Okay, so what we can get, okay. So therefore, the inclusion of the K-pop and the Korean dramas in the teaching content will enhance the mastery of the Korean language faster and better. Okay. So, okay. Okay, that's all. Thanks for your watching. That's all for my presentation here.
All right, thank you very much. Your picture, Miss Angela, looks different on the presentation slides.
It's not important.
Oh, that was not you? I thought that was you just now.
Yes, I cheated.
All right. Okay, don't tell me. Don't tell me. They do not know. All right. Thank you, Miss Angela, for the always famous Korean pop culture now, right? Okay. All right. So I learned that Mr. Hisham also is a favorite fan of K-pop. Is it true, Mr. Hisham?
I know a bit, not a lot. I know a bit. I'm very sad that G Friend broke up.
You see, he is speechless about that. You see, so really got him in that section over there. Okay, so that is the last paper. So is there any question for Miss Angela? Any questions before we end the session? And before we end the session, I was asked by the organizer to remind all of you to click on the survey. Right, the survey, the link is being put in our chat room over there. So please, it will only take 1 minute or maximum 2 minutes to fill up the survey. And still, just wondering if there is any other questions for Miss Angela. Is Miss Angela going to sing any song for us today?
I have a question for Angela.
Uh-huh.
you've seen how Malaysian pop culture, right, on TV and movies, the songs, well, everybody knows that it's very difficult for Malaysian pop culture to penetrate the world market like how Koreans did with Hallyu. What do you think that is required to improve our culture to the point where other cultures will be interested to see how our culture is portrayed in movies and TVs and such? Thank you very much.
Well, this is actually the target that we would like to find out, because actually I am not the K-pop fans. I even never watched Korean drama from beginning at the end. So I actually focus on business Korean, and like really want my students can my IB student, my business major students later can it gonna be this language gonna be helpful for their uh, for their I mean working life. But uh like few semester I find there is few but got students they when they fill in the evaluation form, got very few students they choose this course is not match their expectation. So it caused me to like looking for the the reason actually. What's we are thinking like we supposed to teach them some skill that useful, but actually it's not the real motivation for them to continue this language study.
Right. All right. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It's actually,
surprising.
yeah, it's a surprising thing. Yeah.
Surprising.
All right, all right. Thank you very much for the question, Mr. Hisham, and the answer from Miss Angela. All right. So never watch a Korean drama from the beginning until the end. That you are not the only one, Miss Angela. Same here. Okay, same here. I never watched from beginning until the end. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Any last question for Miss Angela? Now? All right. So then we are going to stop here. Room number 5. I'm not sure whether the other room has finished or not, but I think they has finished earlier than us. I think so. I have to confirm that one. And I would like to thank each and everyone present here, and also all the presenters, especially for being very very patient with the new moderator here. And those were very wonderful presentations, and I would like to convey my thanks from the organizer as well for you being here and sharing your papers and ideas with us. So I hope you have filled up the survey that I have shared the link just now. And I think that will be all for today and for this year of SiLK. All right. Maybe we'll be seeing in the next semester. Maybe you are the moderator. Maybe I could present in the next program. That will be all. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Bye bye.